Hello YouTube, I am Matt and welcome to only this brand new video but also this brand new channel where I'm going to be reviewing all sorts of stuff. Well, it's going to be TV stuff, TV, and I will also include films. If you are new, then please do subscribe. You know what you're going to be getting, and in this comment section please let me know what stuff you would like me to review. So as you know, today I'm speaking about and reviewing Zed Nation, a show that is definitely very different to a lot of other zombie shows, and I read up a lot about on YouTube and I've watched the videos about the best zombie shows and, you know, the best characters, and Zed Nation always seems to be near the bottom of the list, I've noticed, mainly because it doesn't take itself very seriously. Now, this isn't a comparing channel. I'm not here to compare Zed Nation and The Walking Dead, because obviously Walking Dead is arguably the most popular and the best zombie TV show out there. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment, but just from what I've seen from the audience, which I'll get into in a bit. So in terms of what Zed Nation's actually about, just for them people that may not know, obviously you would know because you're a Zed Nation fan, but anyway, quick little brief. It's hard to brief it because it's not the whole Zed Nation is to try and get that one thing. Obviously the main thing is try and find a vaccine, and we sort of get that. But the early stages of the Zed Nation era, we get someone called Murphy, and he survives a zombie bite, or several 8 bites, and he is being, a group of survivors are basically trying to get him to a lab in California where he'll be able to make a vaccine, obviously because he survived a zombie bite. He's got the blood which he can give on to other people to then save other people. It doesn't go smoothly, and as I said, this is obviously, I shouldn't have to say this, obviously spoilers, because I'm reviewing something, so obviously it's spoilers. But it doesn't go very well. Dr. Birch, he ends up killing her, you know. She kills herself in the end, but he ends up biting her to control, because at the end of the day he can bite people, not to kill them, but to control them. And as I said, it goes on and on and on, and by season 3 he's almost like a god, a blue god. And season 3 actually is it's my most favourite season. Now, people have a lot of opinions that season 1 and 2 are a bit dumb, and then season 5 was absolute rubbish. If I have to rank them, I would say season 5 would be my bottom one. Definitely not a bad season. But for me, I feel like in past seasons we've had really good villains. Is Scorpion, as we know, he turned into a goodie, sort of. But he was a villain to begin with, and the man probably arguably the best villain on Zed Nation, who had the most crappiest send-off ever, like falling off a cliff, but we didn't see his body, no one ever really mentioned him ever again, he sort of just never happened. And the whole thing with Zona, I feel like the way the program developed, it was absolutely fantastic. The way that Murphy became the god, and that it wasn't just zombie versus human, it was zombie versus human versus Murphy's kind, and he was trying to bite people to create his own little army. I thought it was just absolutely fantastic. Storylines were a little bit weak at times. There were some episodes that were a little bit silly, but that's what the whole program's all about. It's set out to be silly, goofy, not take itself too seriously, and it ticked all them 3 boxes very, very well indeed. So in terms of overall, is it finished? The programme finished back in 2018, starting in 2014. There have been there's been one spin-off since, which will be for a separate video called Black Summer, Black Summer is referenced quite a lot of times throughout the Zed Nation seasons. Black Summer, so basically Zed Nation is set a couple of years into the apocalypse. Black Summer is the summer that the apocalypse started. It's the time where it started. So Zed Nation has scary bits, has very, very gory bits. It's definitely a violent show. I'd rate it as an 18. Obviously, certain countries rate things differently, but I would rate it an 18. You know, from a 12, 15, 18 sort of perspective, it definitely is not for the faint-hearted. There are some disgusting bits, but generally, it's you don't see people being eaten for a long time, like The Walking Dead. If someone's being eaten, you may see it, and you see blood coming out of their chests and all that. You don't see that as much on Zed Nation. It's more about, you know, the sword fighting against other zombies and the shooting bullets through the head and all sorts, and just creating all these different ways. It was done very, very well. So in terms of positives and negatives, as I said, I've gone through mainly my positives. The negatives were that that some of the character send-offs were a bit crap. So the man is Scorpion. We never really got a clear idea of how Scorpion died, and if he ever did die. We knew that we knew that he was pronounced dead by Warren and the Zed Nation gang before, at the end of the episode, he reappeared with his eyes open and sort of like a bright light, come back as like a new sort of zombie. let me know in the comments if that ever, if that was ever referenced again and we found out how he died or whatever happened to him, but it wasn't made clear to me. So at the end of the day, that is a negative. And again, the man himself, such a great villain, and his send-off was just absolute crap. And I feel like in season 5, negative was that the villains weren't very strong. We had Pandora, we had the other guy. It wasn't great. They hadn't, they didn't look very villainy. They hadn't done stuff that was very villainous. They didn't look that dangerous, really. And it just, I felt like they were all doing it just for an election. And you could tell the Zed Nation was running out of ideas, which brings on to my next point. Should it come back for a 6th season? The way that season 5 ended, it definitely could have happened. Season 6, with Murphy eating her brain. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten her name. Names I'm not great with sometimes. But if you're a Zed Nation fan, you know what I mean. He had her brain, he tasted it, almost set up for a brand new season. And obviously Sci-Fi got rid of it in a way. It sort of was starting to drag a little bit, and I'm a fan of Zed Nation. I'm not criticising, I've got little criticisms, but I'm not one of these haters. But it was starting to drag a little bit. Would I've liked to see in season 6? Probably would have done like to see where it went next, but I felt like stuff was starting to get a bit repetitive, the way they were killing zombies, and it was all a bit sort of thing. But it had its fantastic moments in season 5, which is obviously the main thing. So my rating out of 10, I will be giving it a 9 out of 10, and believe me, as you'll know throughout throughout my future, that's quite a lot. 9 out of 10. And as I said, overall audience rating, it seems generally pretty popular. I'll probably give it a 70 out of 100 in terms of how popular it was. Comparing it to The Walking Dead, obviously not, but yeah, my favourite character was definitely Doc. I loved Doc so much. So I'm just baffling about loads of different facts about the show. I basically love the show. That's my review of it. So if you guys enjoyed the brand new review video, it's a brand new review channel of TV shows, starting off with Zed Nation. I'm aiming more at stuff on Netflix and stuff on ITV and BBC. This is a British stuff I'll be reacting to. A few American bits as well, like Zed Nation, Stranger Things, Umbrella Academy, those sort of big stuff. But stuff like Doctor Who, Merlin, Line of Duty, there's literally all sorts for a wide range of people, but the link is they're all on TV. And I may do films as well, maybe Harry Potter in the future, who knows. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, let me know what your review is of Zed Nation, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye. I need an outro. I haven't really got an outro yet, but I'll think of one very, very soon.